We're going to continue factoring. On the top left one here, we have four terms with no greatest common factor, so we can skip right to grouping. We'll group the first two and we'll try grouping the last two. Now, if that would not work, we might try grouping the middle two and grouping the outer two, or something along that lines. Once in a while, when you're dealing with grouping, you're going to have to group the first three and leave the last one by itself, or group the last three and leave the first one by itself. But in this one, we're going to try grouping the first two and grouping the last two. So out of the first two, what can we pull out? Well, we could pull out an x cubed, leaving me then with, in the parentheses, an x minus 3. Looking at the last two, well, I could go ahead and pull out a positive 8. And so pulling out that positive 8 would leave me then with an x minus 3. Typically, if you're factoring by grouping and both parentheses are the same, you're on the right track. So you're going to pull out that same parenthesis, which is right here. And then you're going to look at what's left, which is your x to the third and your plus 8. That's what we have down here in blue. Now you'll notice what we have in blue of an x cubed plus an 8 is really the sum of cubes. So we're still going to have that x minus 3 in front. And this is an x cubed plus a 2 cubed. So we're going to have to factor that farther yet. So I'm going to still leave that x minus 3 in front. Use my sum of cubes formula. Remember, whatever's being cubed here in the beginning is what I put in the beginning, and then what goes here, and then what goes here. Whatever was being cubed here at the end, which is just a 2, goes at the end here, then goes here, then goes here at the end into the squared. So I'll still have my x minus 3 in the beginning. That I can't do anything with. I can just do a little bit of simplifying here with taking that x squared to be a 4. Over here in the top right, there's no greatest common factor. There's 3 terms, so we can factor by using the AC method, where A is your 8, C is your negative 27. Oh, that's a funny looking 27, just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Now that looks like a negative 27, so we have to multiply those together, and we get a negative 216. So now we need two numbers that multiply together to give us negative 216. That would add together to give us 19. Well, there's lots of them, but I'm going to just go ahead and put down what it is. You'd have to actually list them out until you found this. So negative 8 and positive 27 gives us our positive 19. So I'm going to put down my first term, and then I'm going to put down my plus and negative 8, c cubed, because that's what we had right here, and then my negative 27c cubed. By the way, the negative 8c cubed and the positive 27c cubed add together to give me my negative 8c, or negative 19c cubed. Still have to have my negative 27 hanging out at the end. So out of the blue, common factor would be an 8 and a c cubed. Pull that in front. Then I'm going to be left with a c cubed and a minus 1. Looking here, I have a 27 that I can pull out, so I'm going to pull out a positive 27. Leaves me with a c cubed, and then it would be a minus 1. I know I'm on the right track when both parentheses are the same. So I'm going to just recopy it, but changing the colors. Now you'll notice the green is my common factor. I'm going to pull that in front. What I'm left with then is the black when I factor out the green. So I'm going to be having a negative, or not a negative, but an 8c cubed and a plus 27. Now, you'll notice that we really have difference of cubes here and sum of cubes here. You might be like, differences of cubes. 1 isn't cubed. Well, you could write 1 as 1 cubed. Oh, and 27, yeah, that's 3 cubed, isn't it? Oh, let's see, what is this? Oh, that's a 2c. So hopefully you were able to see that that was a sum of cubes. So if we take a look at the orange right here, we'll use our differences of cubes formula, plugging in a c, and then plugging in a 1, we get this here. Now the only thing we can really do to simplify this is go 1 squared, well that's just 1. So that's the same, and all the rest are the same. That's 1 squared is just 1. Now, what we have here in off green is sum of cubes. We can replace our 2c. It's going to go in the beginning, and then our 3 is the other thing we're plugging in. And then we also have to do that in the end. Now you'll notice over here we can do a little bit of simplifying. We can't do anything right here. Just drop that down. We have a 2c that's all being squared, so we're going to apply the squared to each one. So it's a 4c squared. So hopefully you're able to see how to do that. And this 2c times 3 is a negative 6c. And then our 3 squared is a plus 9. So it factors all the way down to this.